like I've told everybody else, if you've ever met Dad one time, his thing was, put your trust and faith in Jesus.
We are hearing from the son of this man, Wayne Hogue, who's still missing after the tornado hit Barnsdall Monday night, destroying his mobile home.
He's been missing for 48 hours now, and there has been a massive effort to find him. Fox 23's Paris Rain is live in Barnsdall for us tonight after speaking with Wayne's son. Paris, you can't even imagine, but how is his family holding up?
Yeah, it's so hard to think about, Shay and Sarah, but when we talk to his son, Richard Hogue, he says he's just grateful for the help of the sheriff's office in the community. And while they've had no luck yet, he says, they are just hoping that his dad is okay.
When I see the storms come in, I called him and just to let him know, hey, they said there's a bad storm coming, which I knew he wasn't going to leave. In the 45 years he lived in that house, he never left one time for a storm. So, but we talked a little bit. Told him I love him, he loved me, and of course the last thing he's like, I'll talk to you later when it's over.
But Richard Hogue, Wayne Hogue's son, says they never heard from him.
I had friends over here that from Osage County that was walking around and trying to help out. And so I got texts from him saying, that my dad's house was gone. It was pretty much cinder blocks in that area.
Take a look at this drone video. This is where his home was, but now just trees and debris from other people's home.
A lot of the house debris on this side, so we've just been kind of digging through. They've run the dogs and stuff up and down. No real sign of him over here, but we found some memorabilia and things, just little pictures and things to take home. As far as I know, everybody's still looking for him. They're trying to, ping like the cell phone, see where it was last at.
As we got into town, the Osage County Sheriff's Office took us to Wrangell Heights, where the search was expanded. During the drive, you can just see all the debris left behind, which Sheriff Eddie Burden says will be the toughest part of the search.
In this particular situation, there's so much debris piles, there's so many trees, large trees. You can't even get into some areas. It's going to take it's going to be a long process on the cleanup, and again, we'll keep searching as long as there's any place to look.
The Osage County Sheriff's Office, Task Force 1, cadaver dogs, and different volunteers through the community searched Bird Creek Wednesday afternoon, which is just 2 miles from what was Mr. Hogue's home.
It's kind of neat. I mean, he's a very simple man, didn't ask for much, lived at home alone. He didn't want anything, didn't really want to go anywhere. He'd come to church with us on Sundays and mess around in his garden, so it's kind of nice that people are getting to experience what kind of person that he was, and and his faith in Jesus. It's pretty nice to be able to, it's like, yeah, Dad, you're gone, but you're still affecting people. So that's pretty cool.
Richard says Mr. Hogue is a simple man. He loved Jesus, his family, and his garden, in that order.
We're just going to continue to take it day by day. Hopefully, something comes out of it. It would be nice to find the body eventually, just for that closure. But if that never happens, then, it's just a body. We'll just continue to sift through the stuff that we can sift through and gather what we can and just kind of go on from there.
He says it would be nice if they find his dad eventually, because they would like to have the closure.
Like we've discussed, they find a body, it's a body. We know where he's at. And one day we're going to be there too. Whenever Jesus is ready to take us, then we'll see him again. We just don't know how long it'll be.
Richard says his dad has lived in Barnsdall his entire life, and when the tornado came, they knew that he wasn't going to leave, so they just hope that he's okay. The family just needs some type of closure at this time. Live in Barnsdall, covering news that matters, I'm Paris Rain, Fox 23 News.
Pictures we got tonight show Oklahoma Task Force 1 on Bird Creek helping with the search for Mr. Hogue. The Tulsa Fire Department shared these pictures as they have firefighters who serve on that task force. You can see some of them right there. You can also see the massive amount of debris in the water and on the banks of the creek. With help from OHP, they tried to move each of it piece by piece to look for him. Unfortunately, of course, as we've reported, they didn't find him. We will continue to update you on the massive efforts to find him.